Am I supposed to introduce myself, probably?
Yeah, introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Karin. I wanted to introduce myself and let you know why I am very passionate about working with children and parents and my role in why I'm here. I feel like as parents, we have a huge responsibility in helping them grow to their potential and finding their sense of self and their power and their heart. By using the tools that we can give you and share with you, collaboration and being open really supports all of those aspects.
What about single parents?
Single parents definitely have an even more important role in knowing the balance in between female and male, so sons and daughters, how to really connect with them, as well as finding other role models around them and in their life and supporting all those different aspects. Does that look funny when I look straight in the camera like that? Because I'm trying to find a spot, but I don't know if does it look better if I look like that?
Look over here at me.
Like, does it look like I'm looking like out into the sky?
It does, but they teach you when you do an interview to have somebody like look off camera. But since you're talking
like to them,
it's more direct. I would say maybe look into the camera for now, and then we can.
Okay.
Yeah. So, what is your highest vision for the project?
My highest vision is a very happy, joyous, laughter, supportive community, and a world that uses tools to collaborate versus tools to work against each other. My vision is love, unconditional love, and parents working with their children, children working with their parents, children seeing their full potential and their full power, not following their parents or past belief systems and patterns, instead reevaluating and looking at themselves and looking at the world changing around them and creating their own path based on their heart and their truth.
Why do you think that's important?
I feel it's important for children to understand and love and have a sense of self because of who they are, not based on who others are or what happened in the past or what's genetically inherited to them. I believe it's important for kids, children, as well as adults to find that today and now is a time to, is a new ability or a new chance to make new choices.
What made you getting into working with children?
I decided to work with children. I think actually it was a path that was given to me early on. I was the teenager, and even in my 20s who sat at the kids' table. I feel that children speak from their heart, outside the box. They don't look around to see who is listening or what they should say or reconstruct their answer. And I feel it's an important time to support that so they continue doing that. And as I started going to college, I realized early childhood education was something that I was drawn to. And as soon as I started working with children and parents, I found that this was something that came easier to me. And as well as having my own child, I find that your child is definitely your heart walking outside your body, and supporting other parents and realizing how to build that connection and support that connection.
Can you try looking at me?
Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Okay.
It sounds like you know a lot about the book stuff, but it also sounds like you speak about some other stuff that aren't in those ECE books, early childhood education books. Can you tell me a little bit about the masculine and the feminine, maybe the spiritual side of what you're speaking of?
Yes, I can. My background is definitely started with education and taking early childhood education units and going to school and finding role models in teachers, as well as having my own child. And as I followed my path, I found different gurus and role models in my life that taught me about things like dyads and talking sticks and different ceremonies that also build a community and a connection in between people. I feel we live in a world where one thing should be for everybody. The talking stick is from the Native American
Culture?
Yeah. So the talking stick is from the Native American culture, although it's now getting broader out, and I feel that tool is something that is very important, giving the respect to each person, giving them their turn to listen, and the opportunity to be heard fully while somebody else is speaking.
Can you compare and contrast the current model of how we teach our children in our culture as opposed to the way you would feel is as opposed to the model that you're presenting?
I feel today's society and school and educational system is set up only for the tests, only for paperwork, and it speaks to test is the only result in life, and it's the only way to be. And I feel, why are we in a society with 2,000 people in a high school and someone feels lonely? Or not just someone, a lot of those kids feel lonely. I feel like it's time to break down those walls, and it's time to create a community and really explaining this unconditional love to kids and helping parents go through that as well with their children and be supportive.
How important do you think it is for these kids to repair some of the things that have happened to them in school, as in maybe not even specific situations, but just feeling lonely? What is your approach on tackling the situation?
So as we go through this experience of 33 days, I feel it's important to look at ourselves first and our path before we even connect with our children. So if your child's lonely or feel loneliness, also reflecting and looking at yourself, ourselves, in what aspect in my life do I feel lonely? And how can I role model and change that in me, so then in return I can help support my child also finding that in their life.
That's awesome. We're almost at 10 minutes. Do you want us to continue to ask?
No, we can stop it and then we can look at it and see.
That's really good. Some of your answers gave me the goosebumps. Wow. Yeah, good job.
That's why I knew this was a good place to do this, because